It's a mammoth, legitimate competition with almost 300 entries from 40 of the 50 states and Canada. It has the usual elements of sport. The athlete and the crowd interacting, the athletes responding to the crowd's cheers, and the crowd identifying with the athlete on the stage. We're at the World Wrist Wrestling Championship at the Veterans Memorial Auditorium in Petaluma, California. Population 31,178. As you can see, they're hooting and hollering just a half mile down the road from Reinhardt's truck stop. The World Wrist Wrestling Championship. You know, occasionally in this world of constantly expanding professional sports leagues and international competitions with political overtones, we think it's really important to check in with people who are doing something simply because they love it and because they think they can do it better than somebody else. I'm Jim McKay, and that's what we have here today, because there is not a cent, not a dime of prize money for anybody involved. And yet you will see as we go along that they are not doing it for the laughs. Not at all. It's very serious business. We'll see both men and women competing. First, we're going to see semifinal matches in the men's lightweight division. And the match coming up right now pits Dennis Jewell, a 35-year-old iron worker, against Chris Myers. Jewell from Mission Hills, California, is on the right of your screen. Chris Myers on the left is one of the big names in this sport. Been around for a number of years. You'll also be seeing his wife, Donna, in competition a little bit later on. So it's Jewell looking at you right now. Myers with his back to you. Semi-final, men's lightweight division, and that quickly, it's over. Chris Myers is the winner. There's his wife, Donna, on the left of your screen right now, moving in to congratulate him. And the next match will be Ted Pollock against Ken Levenberg. I asked Pollock how he gets ready for this.
Well, I would say that, you know, continually, I don't think a day goes by during the year that I don't think about wrist wrestling. But I think when you get down to the last couple of months, there are probably 4 or 5 guys in my class that I picture. And I picture them, and I picture the referee there, and I see myself wrestling them on this given night and picture moments of success and their arms going down. Now, obviously, you know, I can run into kind of a dark horse at any one time. So I try to, you know, have a couple of moments of that too. But normally, I have a fairly good idea of what the competition is and which guys to really get myself up for.
Interesting, that idea of going to the movies ahead of time. You join the following athletes who have told me exactly the same thing. Carl Schranz, the ski racer, Jack Nicklaus, the golfer, Larry Mahan, the bull rider, and Vasily Alexeyev, the world super heavyweight weightlifting champion. Must be something to it.
Well, I think it's really interesting because if you've been there before, it's not new. And, you know, if you kind of practice this, then when I get up here to actually compete, I've been there before. Maybe it was last night, maybe it was a week before, but in my training, you know, I've been continually doing this, so I'm just here I am doing it again, and it comes fairly natural in that respect.
Good luck, Ted.
Thank you very much.
And now Ted Pollock is ready to go into action with his back to you in the striped shirt against Ken Levenberg, 27-year-old bachelor car dealer from Philadelphia. Pollock upholding the family honor here. His brother Jim, a 5-time winner of the middleweight division, was eliminated earlier. So Ted Pollock, the insurance-selling brothers from San Francisco, is the only one left. This could go quickly.
In the middle. In the middle, Ted.
Pollock looking at you now with the advantage, and he wins it. Ted Pollock, rather quickly defeating Ken Levenberg and moving on to the final. Ted, a bridegroom of just a month, having himself a big day here in Petaluma. In the men's lightweight final, then, it'll be Chris Myers of Placentia, California, against Ted Pollock.
Nice head of protein there. You notice how I call hair protein? Hair is practically all protein. The beating hair takes, it can lose protein.
Wrist Wrestling Championships Incorporated, and he's also the chief referee of these contests. Before we go any further, Dave, how about a quick rundown on the rules? What are the rules of wrist wrestling?
Basically, they start with this. The basic hand grip is in this manner at the base of the thumb.
Right.
You notice in the old so-called arm wrestling tournaments, you could squeeze and hurt each other before you began.
Okay.
But here's the base of the thumb, so squeezing is really immaterial. The referee will start you out in a fair and equitable position. The left hands are coupled in this position.
Yes, so there's no hanky-panky under the table?
No hanky-panky, yeah, exactly. The things that we have to be concerned about, if a contestant pulls his arm out of the cup, this will disqualify him. If he slips off here and opens his hands, again he is disqualified. If both feet come off of the floor he is disqualified. What you're trying to do, of course, is bring me down in this position and touch. And, of course, I'm trying to do the opposite, bring you down into this position.
And when the wrist touches where? The other fellow's wrist or the...
Anywhere.
Anywhere.
Any
other
object of the arm, correct. Over the hands. Wrist up to the elbow.
Okay, so those are the basic
rules, right.
And now we're going to move to the semifinals in the men's heavyweight division. In the first match, we'll see Pete Mistock against Virgil Arciero. Mistock's on the right of your screen, a 32-year-old commercial fisherman from Highland, New Jersey, east against west here, because Arciero on the left is from Cerritos, California. Both of these men in their 30s, big fellas over 200 pounds. Pretty good match. Arciero with the advantage. Being warned there, you saw, to keep that fist distance between his own hand and his body, so that he can't kind of lean on his own hand to get extra strength. It has to be just the wrist and the hand, and that forearm driving in. Very, very close between Arciero and Mistock. The Jersey fisherman on the left. California engineer on the right is the winner. Arciero has won. You can see how it drains these fellows. He's very tired after that comparatively short period of time. Now we'll move to the other semifinal, which is Jim Dulcini, hometown boy from Petaluma, going against John Woolsey of Escondido, California. Dulcini,
Give me a fist up here. Let's make it good.
as we said, is from Petaluma, former football player, 23-year-old bachelor, very popular on this area, and he's on the left of your screen. Against him goes John Woolsey, 24. These are younger fellows, 23 and 24 years old. Arciero and Mistock were both in their 30s. Look at that strength. John Woolsey's face. His wrists are 8 inches, bicep 18, neck 18, forearm 16 inches. You say he can squeeze a bathroom scale with both hands and send the dial to 350 pounds. And look at him go now. Woolsey exerting everything to try to upset Jim Dulcini with his back to you. Dulcini, the 3-time world heavyweight champion. Boy, very, very little to choose between these fellas. And listen to that crowd in the Veterans Auditorium in Petaluma. They're cheering for the man with his back to you, for Jim Dulcini. Boy, this could go on for a long time. Dulcini with the advantage now. Look out. Look out. Dulcini may be making this big move. Back to even again. John Woolsey pulling those forearms back to the middle, but now Dulcini again exerting pressure. Outweighting Woolsey. Yes, he was. And Dulcini is the winner. Jim Dulcini, the hometown boy, will move into the final against Virgil Arciero of Cerritos, California. So it'll be 2 California men, one in his 30s, one in his 20s, one from the hometown of Petaluma. There you see it. We'll be right back.
1956. Hundreds of grooves are...
Hereinafter referred to as Donna against T.J. Meyer on the right, hereinafter referred to as T.J. Donna against T.J., a semifinal women's competition, only one division in the women's. No weight classifications. Neither of these girls particularly bulky, as you can see. Slender arms, really. Okay, T.J. on the right against Donna. Oh, that was really fast. Donna Myers is the winner. And like her husband, embracing her here, she'll move into a final. We'll be seeing both of them later in their final division. And in the women's final, there will be Donna Myers going against Dawn Otten from Oregon. We'll be back here for a number of the finals. Right now, to Aspen, Colorado, the U.S. Open Freestyle Skiing Championships and Frank Gifford.
You're looking at a scene so familiar to skiers.
To the heart of downtown Petaluma in California for the World Wrist Wrestling Championships. I'm Jim McKay, and let's have another word now with Dave DeVoto, the chief referee. Just briefly a rundown on the rules, and maybe tell us the difference between those 2 techniques, Dave.
All right, basically the rules. Grasp at the base of the thumb. Left hand's in the finger curl position. You try to pin me this way, I try to pin you this way. There are a few ways you could be disqualified: by lifting up your elbow, letting loose here, or raising both legs off the ground at the same time. Basically, those are the rules.
But now there's 2 ways to do it, right, technique-wise?
Yeah, they're basically 2 different techniques. The old technique, where it was pulling down with the body with a low center of gravity.
Yeah.
But basically, in recent years, they developed a tight position with the shoulder
like this.
Shoulder in. The first position is pulling it towards you and kind of leaning on it down in this position.
Mm-hmm.
So those are the two basic types. So
Basically, that's the way it works, and here we go again. In the Veterans Memorial Auditorium, big crowd. This is Jimmy Payne in the finals for the featherweight championship here. Very interesting guy from Healdsburg, California. Jimmy is not only a finalist, but he's also the public address announcer, except right at this moment while he's a contender. He's going against Lynn Hintergard of Clovis, California. Jimmy Payne is master of ceremonies. Here's Lynn Hintergard. Payne was the lightweight champion here 10 years ago, and he's still at it.
Straighten the wrists out. Get up there, get
He's a professional comedian. It's the guy on the left.
Gonna have to keep the shoulder.
Against young Lynn Hintergard. He's come all the way to the finals, giving a fine account of himself. The officials getting them just right.
Okay. Ready? Go!
And there they go. Jimmy Payne with something of an advantage at the moment, but that can change. We've seen it before. Oh, he's won it. Jimmy Payne, well into his 40s, is the featherweight champion, World Wrist Wrestling Championships for this year. See if we can get a word with Jim. Wait a minute. Let him do it for me. Hey, Jim, turn around here.
Yes.
We can clear it a little bit.
All right, Jim.
Congratulations.
Thank you, James. Gosh,
How do you keep doing it?
well, I'll tell you what, I really can't say that because I'm so elated in winning. It must be old age.
Yeah.
That's right, must be.
Well,
But I
the guys
feel great.
talk about how important concentration is, and yet you've been the MC here tonight.
Yeah.
Competing also. How do you split your mind?
Well, it's kind of a thing you have to take yourself away from what you're doing and completely put yourself into a kind of a trance, forget about it, and then come back. And it seems to be working okay because I lucked out and I have to win the championship.
Okay, you
this
ready
year.
to go into your Master of Ceremonies trance again?
I'm going to go back there, and I'm so proud to be the champion again. I haven't been champion for about 8 years. Okay. I was in, and I finally made it. I'm really happy. Hey!
Jimmy Payne.
Here comes the most mouth-watering, irresistible, tastiest all-around taste. Juicy, delicious, tantalizing, never been improved upon. Taste so tender, delectable, a tasty treat for mouth and tongue. It's got herbs and spice.
San Francisco, Pollock in the striped shirt, is one of the Pollock brothers. He and his brother Jim are both very good in this sport. Brother, a many-time world champion. Chris Myers on the left is the husband of Donna Myers, who's in the women's final.
Ladies and gentlemen, for the lightweight championship.
Pollock and his brother, successful businessmen, but he's not thinking about that now. And it looks like Ted Pollock has won. Nick, can you turn around for 1 second? Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Jim. I really appreciate it. He's a very, very fine wrist wrestler, you know, and I really love the guy, to be honest with you. We've worked together over the years, and he's a great guy. He really is. And
What was the controversy on the grip there? Excuse me.
Well, we both, you know, shared some secrets between us over the years on getting a good grip, and I just, you know, wanted to make sure we get a fair grip and everything when we started. And I guess he felt at times that I was getting in on him or something like that. But he's a good wrist wrestler, and the competition was unbelievable. I had to work awful hard, I'll tell you. There's no question.
Every year seems to be the same. If one Pollock can't do it, the other one can. Huh?
To be honest with you, that brother of mine, you know, I really wanted to win it for him and everything because he'd really worked hard this year and unfortunately got a bad break and everything. And if I win it for anybody, it's really for him, to be honest with you. He's helped me a lot over the years, and it's really great.
Back to the old insurance business.
Yeah, I hope so.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Nice shot, Paul. Excuse me, please. Well, there's a wide view of the turbulent scene at the World Wrist Wrestling Championship as we prepare for the ladies' final. Now, remember, in the ladies' division, there are no weight classes. It's every girl for herself. And the girl facing you, Donna Myers, unbelievably, weighs only 119 pounds. Against her, a big girl, a college girl, junior at Oregon State, Dawn Otten. That's Donna Myers, though. She's the one that
wrist wrestled Johnny Carson, and here's the college girl, Dawn Otten.
That's your wrist. Stay in the middle. We've been through this before with both of them.
As you can see, neither one of them is in any way a bulky girl.
Up here. So lock them up. I'll start you straight. I will start your wrist straight.
Both slender, but Otten strong looking. Myers has very thin arms. How she does it is amazing. Has to be all leverage. Trying to get the grip, and this is for the world title. The ladies smooth their hair. Have to have that fifth distance between their hand and their body. Let's see who's in charge here. They're almost ready to go.
Ready, go!
There they go. Otten looking at you. Myers with her back to you. Little to choose. The back of Otten. Myers, the 119-pounder, bent over there. Could be in trouble. The winner is Donna Myers. With a reverse at the end. He came from underneath and defeated Dawn Otten. Donna Myers, all 119 pounds of her, has won the world championship. Congratulations. Pretty good job the girl did tonight.
Oh, I
Turn
can't
around.
believe it. I just
Can we get
can't
you both
believe
on
it.
camera? Husband and wife, both finalists. And if you couldn't get the world championship, she could.
We tried to both take it, but we couldn't. But
Next year,
better
I'll
man
get
won.
the first.
But she's the best. I've been training her for years.
That's what she said.
Oh, she's beautiful.
That's terrific.
It's the world is hers, all her.
Congratulations
Thank
to you,
you.
Donna. For the middleweight championship, Frank Farmer on the left from Houston, Texas, who was second in the national championships last year in Las Vegas, going against Bob Howell of Reno, Nevada on the right. Howell in his first final.
Ready? Go!
Having by far his best championship. See what's going to happen. Tough match. Farmer against Howell. Howell on the right. Oh, tremendous match. Howell coming from under to win. And it looks like we almost had a punch thrown there. That's the first bad blood we've seen in this championship between Frank Farmer and Bob Howell. Hey, what happened? A little bad blood between you guys at the end?
No, Farmer's a good competitor, and he's a tough man. And when you lose, you put all you got into this match. It's tough to lose it. He's got next year.
You got all your emotions going there, right?
Yeah. He took a lousy punch, too.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Then in a minute, the match for the heavyweight championship of the wrist wrestling world.
If you wonder where to find real car value today, here's good news. Lincoln Mercury will pay you a $500 refund on any new Capri.
Played at Petaluma High. Then he went on to play football at Humboldt State. He has twice won this championship before. And now goes for it again against the hometown folk. Virgil Arciero is the California champion. Won it last spring. And they're about ready to go.
Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the wrist straight, and I'm going to say ready, and then go. Okay, let's get the wrist straight. Everybody feel comfortable? Yeah. Ready? Go!
All right. They're wrestling. Dolcini with the edge at the moment. Dolcini, invisible to us on the left. Seems to have the edge, but now Arciero is coming back. Arciero on the right has begun to exert leverage, but it can happen suddenly. Look at the crowd. Boy, it's a deadlock right now. Look at the faces of the crowd. As Dolcini began to get the advantage. They're his people out there, but Arciero is hanging in. Arciero at a disadvantage now, could be in trouble, but he's coming back again. Arciero on the right, Golsini, the Petaluma kid on the left. Golsini again with the advantage. Something has got to give. This is the longest match of the night, and it's the climax of the whole evening. Arciero looking at you. Look at that. Couldn't possibly be a better match, these two fellas. And again, Arciero, steering on the brink of the feet, comes back, and now he's down again. Golsini has done it. His third world championship. The pride of Petaluma. Jim, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
You getting the breath back again now?
Yeah, I'm starting to get where I can talk.
Boy, that was about as long a wrist wrestling contest as I've seen.
I'm getting too strong. I think I'm about ready to retire at 23.
You're getting too strong?
No, they're getting too strong. So I'm ready to retire.
How long does it seem when you get into a match like that?
Oh, seems like you're pulling as hard as you can for 10 minutes. You know, and you can't feel your arm.
And how tired are you? What are the symptoms of how tired?
Oh, I can't even see. I can't think. And
you really can't see?
No, I can't. You don't hear anything. Yeah. You don't see. All you just pull and keep pulling.
Well, in case you missed it.
And you got to think a little bit about your technique and what to do at the right time. It's an experience.
How much of a help is this home crowd to you?
Oh, they're the one that makes me pull this hard. I don't think I could ever pull that hard unless I got this many people yelling, all that adrenaline flowing, and just say I'm not going to give up. Just can't give up.
Well, you've done it again for another year. Congratulations, Jim.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, the pride of Petaluma, Jim Golsini.
So it was when they fought it out for a little bit of glory in Petaluma. Stay with us now for live satellite coverage of the Hawaiian Open Golf Championship following immediately over most of these ABC stations, except on the West Coast. Have another look at the champion, while I give credit where credit is due. The executive producer of ABC's Wide World of Sports is Roone Arledge. The Wrist Wrestling, produced and directed by Bryce Wiseman, who was also our director in Colorado. Cliff Diving, produced by Bob Kelly and directed by Lou Volpicelli. The Freestyle Skiing, produced by Ned Steckel. Coordinating producer of ABC's Wide World of Sports is Dennis Lewin. Our director of program planning, John Martin. In Petaluma, our associate director was Carol Letty, the technical director, Bob Moore. A week from today, our...
Go, Brandon.
All right, go. Get going. You guys,